I never thought I'd hand her a letter. My hand shook so badly I thought she might notice. Emily, I wrote something for you, I stammered, holding the folded paper like it was fragile enough to break. Emily tilted her head, that playful smirk curling at the corner of her mouth. Oh, really? For me? Her voice was light, teasing, like I was a joke she couldn't wait to share. Yes, I whispered. I just wanted you to know how I feel. She leaned closer, peering at the paper. Wow, I didn't know you had it in you. She laughed, soft at first, then louder. I froze. What's so funny? I asked, my throat tight. Nothing, she said, but her eyes sparkled with amusement. I didn't think you'd actually— Oh my God, everyone look! I turned to see half the class staring. Whispers, snickers, muffled laughter. It all rushed in like a wave, and I felt my cheeks burn. Emily, stop! I shouted, panic rising. She waved at them, grinning. Come on, don't you want to see what he wrote? I didn't mean— My words stumbled. I wanted to melt into the floor, vanish. Here, read it. Emily held the letter up high, waving it around. Everyone, check this out. He wrote me a love letter. I felt sick. My heart thudded painfully, but I tried to speak. Please, give it back. Or what? She laughed. You gonna cry? I broke off, realizing no one was on my side. My stomach twisted, and I snatched the letter back as quickly as I could. My hands were trembling so hard I almost dropped it. Emily shrugged, still laughing. Whatever. It's cute, I guess. You're so dramatic. I barely heard the rest. I turned and bolted, shoving past desks and students who whispered and giggled behind me. My chest heaved, my vision blurred, but all I could think was, I wanted to disappear. Back home, I sat at my desk, clutching another blank sheet. I stared at it like it might give me courage. I whispered to myself, I just wanted her to know. Leo, my friend from the next block, had called that morning. Hey, how are you holding up? I don't want to talk about it, I muttered. My fingers drummed the desk. Come on, man. You can tell me. His voice was gentle, steady. She laughed, I said finally. In front of everyone, she made me feel invisible, humiliated. I wanted her to know how I feel, and now I feel nothing, just nothing. There was a pause. I get it, Leo said softly. But don't let it break you. Not over her. You're better than that. Better than that, I repeated, more to myself than him. I felt hollow, but something else stirred, a faint ember of determination. I picked up a pen and wrote again. My handwriting was messy, my thoughts jumbled, but each word carried my heart. I'll never give up, I whispered. Not yet. I folded the letter carefully, putting it in a drawer no one would find. Emily might never know how I truly felt, but at least I could pour it out somewhere safe. I leaned back in my chair, staring at the ceiling. The humiliation still burned, but it mingled with a strange sense of resolve. One day I thought, one day she'll see. Not today, not tomorrow. But someday I couldn't stop thinking about it. The way Emily had laughed, the way the entire class had turned to watch me humiliate myself. Dude, are you okay? Leo asked as we walked home. His brow was furrowed like he could see right through me. I guess, I muttered, staring at the sidewalk. But I don't even know. Everything felt wrong. Come on, tell me, he insisted. You don't have to carry it alone. I kicked a small rock. She laughed at me, in front of everyone. And they all laughed too. Leo stopped and looked me in the eyes. I saw it, yeah. That was awful. But you can't let her what? I snapped, anger bubbling through my embarrassment. She makes it look so easy. Like I'm nothing. Like my feelings don't matter at all. I get that, he said softly. I do. But hiding away or hating her won't fix it. You've got to stay strong. Focus on you. Stay strong? I laughed bitterly. Do you know what it feels like to have everyone laugh at the one thing that mattered most to you? Do you? I can't feel what you feel, obviously, Leo said calmly. But I see it, and I see you trying. You're not nothing, I shook my head. I feel invisible. Like my heart was out there, raw, and she just sliced it apart and tossed it on the floor. Leo put a hand on my shoulder. Then don't give her that power anymore. Write for yourself. Show her you can rise above. I glanced at him unsure. Right, but what's the point? She doesn't even care. The point, Leo said, is that you care. Your words matter. They matter to you first. That's how you win. I walked the rest of the way home in silence, his words echoing in my mind. At my desk, I stared at another blank sheet of paper. My pen hovered. I don't know if anyone will ever read this, I whispered to myself. I wrote anyway. I wrote about the humiliation, the sting of laughter, the ache in my chest. My hand shook. My thoughts spilled out like water breaking a dam. I can't believe I trusted her, I muttered aloud. I thought she would, I don't know, care. The words on the page were sharper than I expected. I paused, reading them back. Maybe it doesn't matter, I said quietly. Maybe it's enough that I put it down, that I survived it. Later, I went to the park, trying to think, trying to breathe. Leo's advice lingered. Write for yourself. Show her nothing. I clenched my fists. Show her nothing, I repeated, almost like a mantra. Then I whispered something I didn't say out loud before. One day she'll see. I felt a bitter twist in my chest, bitterness for what she did, determination for what I could do. She didn't understand now. She wouldn't understand. But I would. I tucked the papers into a drawer. Letters I'd never send, feelings I'd never expose again, except to myself. I allowed a small, defiant smile to creep onto my face. I'll keep going, I said, my voice quiet but firm. I'll write. I'll grow, and I won't let her, or anyone, take this from me again. Even as I closed my notebook, I felt it, a faint ember of hope. Pain still lingered, but it was starting to fuel me instead of crush me. Emily hadn't won, not really. I whispered to the empty room. I'll be stronger. You'll see. Just wait. I stared at the blank page, my pen hovering, feeling the weight of everything I hadn't said aloud. Just write, I whispered to myself. Write it all down. Leo's words came back to me. Show her nothing, but give yourself everything. I let my pen hit the paper. Words poured out, messy, jagged, real. She laughed at me. She didn't care. But I care. I care too much. Later, I read it aloud to the empty room. Does it matter if no one sees this? I asked the silence. You're better than that, I muttered, repeating what Leo had told me. Better than letting her, or anyone, take this away. Days passed. I wrote every evening, filling pages with stories that felt like me but weren't quite. Fiction, heartbreak, longing, everything spilled into words. Your writing's getting better, Leo said when I showed him a few lines. His eyes weren't just looking, they were seeing. You've got something here. People will want to read this. I don't know, I said. It's personal. Too personal. Exactly, he said, leaning forward. It's real. That's why it'll connect. Trust me. You should post it online, anonymously. Let it speak for itself. I hesitated. What if someone sees it? What if she... Then she'll see what she lost, he said with a grin. But right now it's not about her. It's about you. I swallowed, nodded, and typed it up under a fake name. Okay, let's see what happens. The first comment popped up almost immediately. This hits too close to home. Beautifully written. I blinked. Then another. I felt every word. Incredible story. I laughed softly, incredulous. People actually like it? Not like it, Leo said, grinning. They love it. Told you. You've got talent and it's raw, real, authentic. I stared at the screen, the glow warming my face. For the first time, I felt seen without being mocked, without her judgment hovering over me. Do you think she'll ever read this? I asked, my voice small, almost hesitant. Leo shrugged. Maybe. But don't wait for that. This isn't for her. It's for you. Every word you wrote is proof you're stronger than she thinks. I leaned back, closing my laptop, a small smile tugging at my lips. I guess it feels good. To have this, even if it's just me and a few strangers. Exactly, Leo said. You're building something. Your voice, your power. You're turning pain into strength. That's huge. I nodded, feeling a spark of pride I hadn't felt in weeks. It's strange, I said. I thought my heartbreak would crush me, make me nothing. But it's doing the opposite. It's shaping me. You're learning, Leo said softly. Not just writing, growing, realizing that you matter and your feelings matter. That's the first step. I stared at the ceiling. And Emily? She doesn't even know. I laughed bitterly. She thinks I'm gone, invisible, weak, but she has no idea what I'm building. Good, Leo said. Keep it that way. Let her underestimate you. Meanwhile, you're unstoppable. I opened my notebook again, filling it with more stories, more thoughts. I never thought pain could feel productive, I whispered. But maybe this is how I survive. How I become me. Hours later, I looked at the pages stacked neatly on my desk. Each word was a small triumph, each line a victory over humiliation and fear. Maybe I can do this, I said, quiet, determined. Maybe I can turn everything that hurt me into something that will last. Something she'll never forget. Something I'll never regret. And for the first time in a long time, I felt capable. I never expected to see her here. Emily, glowing under the bright lights of the book event, chatting animatedly with fans. Look at her, I muttered to myself. She hasn't changed a bit. Leo nudged me. Go say hi, or not. Your call. I can't, I said, jaw tight. Not yet. She might not even remember you, he reminded me. I clenched my fists. That's not the point, it's the principle. She mocked me, she humiliated me, and now she's thriving? Leo sighed. Then let's see what you've got. Come on, focus on your side. I wandered closer to the tables, scanning the crowd. Fans swarmed around Emily's table, snapping photos and asking for autographs. She laughed at something someone said, completely oblivious to the memory that still burned inside me. Then I noticed Clara, standing slightly apart from the crowd, checking her notes on a tablet. Sharp suit, sharper eyes. That's Emily's publisher, Leo whispered. Clara. Ambitious. Ruthless if she needs to be. Great, I muttered. Just what I needed. Emily waved at someone across the room. Oh, thanks. That means a lot. Her laughter floated over to me. I could feel my teeth grit. I muttered to myself, low, barely audible. One day she'll see who I really am. Leo elbowed me. Keep it together. You're here for your work, not her drama. I nodded, trying to focus. My laptop in my bag buzzed. A notification from my writing account. New comment. Your latest piece, just wow, can't wait for more. I smiled faintly. Even here they like my work. Even here they see me. Exactly, Leo said. This is your world too. Remember that. Emily turned suddenly and I froze. She walked past me, smiling at a fan. I could have said something, stopped her, confronted her, but I didn't. Why not? I muttered under my breath. Control, Leo said. Silent victories are stronger than shouted ones. I let the words sink in. Silent victory. My fingers twitched in my pocket. I thought of all the letters she laughed at, all the nights I poured my heart into stories no one knew were mine. Now my words were gaining traction online, small but real, meaningful. I overheard Clara speaking to Emily. Your engagement numbers are good, but we need something fresh, something that'll make people take notice. Emily waved her hand dismissively. I've got ideas. Don't worry. Clara's eyes flicked to me briefly, then back to her tablet. Interesting crowd tonight. I narrowed my eyes. Interesting? Indeed. I whispered under my breath. You think you're untouchable now? We'll see. Leo nudged me again. Remember, your time will come. Focus on your work, your audience. Let her keep thinking she's ahead. I nodded again, taking a deep breath. My heartbeat slowed. Right. Silent victory. I glanced at my laptop again. Another notification. Your words hit harder than anything I've read in ages. Thank you. I smiled wider this time. It's working. My work. It's reaching people. And Emily, she has no idea what's coming. Leo gave me a small grin. Patience. Karma's subtle, but it's real. And right now, you're planting the seeds. I closed my eyes for a moment, imagining her reading my story someday, realizing everything she mocked. I didn't need to yell or confront. I only needed to create. When Emily finally moved past, still laughing, still radiant, I whispered, "Keep shining, Emily. I'm coming, and I'll shine brighter." The irony wasn't lost on me. Her world of literature, her rising fame, could one day value the words I wrote in secret, the words she laughed at. And when that day came, she wouldn't know whether to laugh or cry. I stared at the screen, my heart hammering. "It's live," I whispered. "My story. It's actually live." Leo leaned over my shoulder. "Don't freak out, just watch." I scrolled down nervously. The first comment appeared. "This is incredible." I felt every word. I blinked. Someone read it?" "Yeah," Leo said, grinning. "And they liked it. More than liked it." Another comment. "Raw, beautiful, heartbreaking." "Who are you?" I swallowed hard. "I can't believe it. People actually care," Leo nudged me. "Told you. Your words matter." I hesitated, fingers hovering over the keyboard. Another comment popped up. "This deserves to be a book, seriously." I laughed softly, almost nervously. "A book? That's... I don't know if I can..." Then a new notification appeared. Clara, Emily's publisher. "You need to see this," Leo said. I clicked it. Clara's message read, "Your story caught my eye. Raw emotion, unique voice. Interested in discussing a potential adaptation. Contact me?" My stomach dropped. "Wait, what? Clara, the publisher?" "Yep," Leo said, eyes wide. "You're on her radar. And she doesn't even know it's related to Emily." I grinned, low, quietly. "She has no idea." "None at all," Leo leaned back. "This is huge, your work. People are seeing it. You're being recognized, and it's all yours." I reread Clara's message. "She wants to adapt it? Into a book?" "Exactly," Leo said. "She's serious. She knows talent when she sees it," I whispered under my breath, almost laughing. "After all those nights, all that pain..." "It's actually working," Leo smirked. "It's not just working. You're thriving. And she doesn't even know the half of it." I felt a rush of satisfaction. "It's kind of ironic, isn't it?" Emily mocked me. Laughed at my letters, and now my words are getting noticed, and she's irrelevant. "Don't get distracted," Leo said gently. "Enjoy it, yes, but remember why you're here. You're writing because you need to, not to get revenge. This recognition is just a bonus." I nodded, taking a deep breath. "Right, my words first. Everything else second." Another comment appeared. "This story changed the way I look at heartbreak." "Thank you," I smiled, a genuine one this time. "People are connecting to my story. I never thought I could make anyone feel like this." Leo's hand clapped lightly on my shoulder. "You're doing more than feeling. You're giving others a way to feel. That's powerful." "I never imagined it would be like this," I admitted. "All the nights I spent crying, writing letters no one would see. And now..." I trailed off, unable to put it into words. Leo grinned. "Now you see the payoff, your pain. It's shaping something incredible." I leaned back in my chair, scrolling through more comments. Each one a small affirmation, a small victory. I whispered, "I'm really doing this. I'm really creating something that matters." "Exactly," Leo said. "And just think, this is only the beginning. People are noticing. Clara's noticing, one day. Maybe even Emily will notice." I clenched my fists silently. "She'll see eventually. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm building my own world. A world where my words, my heart, actually matter," Leo smiled. "And that world? It's just getting started." I nodded, staring at the screen, at the comments, at Clara's message. A thrill ran through me, not from revenge, but from validation, from being seen. "Leo," I said softly, "thank you for believing in me when I couldn't." "Always," he said, eyes warm. "You had this all along. You just needed to see it for yourself." I turned back to the screen. Every word I wrote, every story, every letter I never sent. They were no longer shadows. They were my voice. And for the first time, it felt unstoppable. I heard the news before anyone else. Emily's latest manuscript had been rejected. Leo leaned against the door frame. I can't believe it, she's stunned. I saw it coming, I admitted quietly, though a strange flicker of satisfaction ran through me. She's been riding high for so long, hasn't faced real rejection yet. Leo frowned. Don't enjoy it too much. You're better than that. I know, I said, staring out the window. I'm just observing, watching the tide shift, that's all. Leo crossed his arms. Observing or waiting? I clenched my jaw. Neither, just noticing how fragile she really is. Later, I overheard Clara on the phone, pacing. We need something fresh, something that grabs attention fast. Emily's losing her edge. Do you understand? I need a hit or we're sunk, I whispered under my breath, almost to myself. And suddenly, the world she thought was untouchable is cracking. Leo leaned closer. You okay? I nodded slowly. Yeah, it's strange, seeing her falter. Makes me reflect on all the times I felt powerless. Leo gave me a sharp look. Just don't cross the line. You're not her enemy. Not really, I shook my head. I'm not planning to be. But it's satisfying in a quiet way. She doesn't know what it feels like to be overlooked, to have something she thought she owned slip away. You sound like you're counting your victories already, Leo said, raising an eyebrow. Maybe, I admitted, voice low. Maybe I am. But I'm also conflicted. I don't want to hurt her, yet I can't deny the relief I feel. Leo stepped back. That's called empathy, mixed with self-respect. You're learning balance. I let out a soft laugh. Balance feels strange when the person who hurt you is the one struggling. Later that evening, I logged into my writing account. Comments still poured in, praising my latest story. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, thoughts racing. The world notices talent even when it hides, I whispered. Exactly, Leo said from the couch. And your talent is thriving while she's faltering. Life's funny that way, I smiled faintly. Funny, yes, but also instructive. I see how fragile reputations can be, how quickly admiration can vanish if you aren't careful. Leo chuckled. And here you are, watching silently, letting karma do the work. Smart. I felt the tug of temptation. I could reveal my identity now, show her. Make her realize who she mocked. Leo shook his head. No, not yet. You want the satisfaction, yes, but let it build naturally. Silent victories are stronger. I nodded, taking a deep breath. Silent victories. Right. Patience. Later, I imagined Clara reading my story and thinking it could be the breakthrough she desperately needs for Emily. My lips curled into a small grin. Unseen, unnoticed, untouchable. Until now. Leo raised an eyebrow. You're enjoying this too much. I shook my head, though I couldn't hide my grin. Not enjoyment, perspective. I see the balance shifting. And that knowledge, it strengthens me. Leo sat back quiet for a moment. You're learning restraint, strategy, and empathy, all at once. That's powerful. I nodded, fingers resting lightly on the keyboard. It's oddly satisfying, seeing her falter without stepping in. Watching her world wobble, while I grow stronger, unnoticed, unrecognized. Leo smiled. Keep watching. Keep writing. That's your strength. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling, thoughts swirling. Emily doesn't know yet. She can't see me. But the tide is changing. Slowly. Quietly. And when it matters, it'll be undeniable. The flicker of satisfaction burned gently, tempered by caution. I wasn't her enemy, yet the universe seemed to be granting me a subtle justice I didn't have to force. Patience, I whispered. Everything in its time. Everything. In my control. My phone buzzed while I was typing another story. I glanced down and froze. Clara, Emily's publisher. Leo, I whispered. It's Clara. Leo leaned over my shoulder. Open it. Let's see what she wants. I tapped the message nervously. Your story, raw, powerful, compelling. We want to discuss acquiring the rights for publication. Are you interested? I blinked. She wants to publish it. My story, Leo whistled softly. Wow, that's huge. This is the moment. I ran my hands through my hair. Moment? Leo? I don't know. What if she realizes it's about Emily? What if... Then she'll deal with it. Leo said. You don't have to answer that. Right now, just think. Do you want this? I do, I admitted quietly. But it's complicated. Every time I see her, every time I think of her laughter, it all comes back. Exactly why you have the leverage, Leo said. You can choose how this plays out. Your terms. Your identity. You're in control. I paced the room, rereading Clara's message over and over. I can't believe it. All those nights I cried, wrote letters, poured my heart into stories no one would read. And now, Leo said, you get to turn it into something real. Something undeniable, I whispered, almost to myself. And she doesn't even know it's coming. I imagined Emily, confident, untouchable, suddenly reading words she had once mocked. I felt a flicker of something. Satisfaction, yes, but tempered by caution. Leo's voice pulled me back. You need to reply. You want this. You can accept. But set your terms, I hesitated. My terms, I muttered.
Anonymity.
I won't reveal myself yet. Not until it matters. Not until the timing is right, Leo finished. Exactly. You keep control. They get the story. You stay hidden. Everyone wins except maybe Emily's ego. I smiled faintly. Perfect. Poetic justice without showing my hand. I typed back, I'm interested in discussing the rights. But I insist on remaining anonymous for the time being. Let's talk terms. Leo leaned back. Beautiful. Short, precise, powerful. That's you. I sank into my chair, heart racing. I can't believe this. From being mocked to this, the irony is almost delicious, Leo chuckled. Delicious and deserved. I leaned back, imagining Clara's reaction. She doesn't know. She doesn't know I'm the one she's chasing, the hidden talent she's desperate for, and she's about to invest in my words, my voice, without even realizing it. Leo tapped my shoulder. Careful. Don't let bitterness take over. This isn't revenge. This is your moment. I nodded slowly. I know, but it feels like the universe is giving me a chance to reclaim what she tried to destroy, and I'm not letting it slip. The message dinged back almost immediately. Excellent. We'll arrange a call to discuss terms. Excited to see where this goes. I let out a breath I hadn't realized I was holding. This is it, I whispered. My work. Finally seen, finally valued. And she'll never know until the right moment. Leo's grin widened. Now the real game begins. You're in control, and the clock is in your favor. I leaned back, letting the adrenaline fade into a calm focus. Control. That's the key. Not anger, not confrontation, not revenge. Control. My words, my story, my timing. Exactly, Leo said. And with every story you write, every word you share, you build more leverage. You're unstoppable if you keep this pace. I smiled faintly, thinking of Emily, laughing once at a love letter I had poured my soul into. She thought she could humiliate me. She thought I was invisible. But invisible or not, my words will outlive her mockery. Leo clapped me on the shoulder. Silent victories, remember? You're starting to master them. Yes, I whispered, fingers brushing the edge of my laptop. Silent victories. And one day Emily will realize, too late. She'll see what she lost, what she mocked, and I'll already be ahead. Leo nodded, smiling knowingly. Patience, persistence, and control. That's your real power. I typed a final note to myself. This is only the beginning. My voice, my story, my timing. I'm ready. The phone buzzed again. Clara confirming a call. My heart raced, a mixture of excitement, nerves, and quiet satisfaction. I whispered under my breath, almost laughing. Emily, you mocked me, but now the tables are turning. Quietly, perfectly. My story, my victory. And for the first time, I felt not just hope, but absolute, unshakable control over my destiny. I stared at the bestseller list on my laptop, disbelief mixing with a quiet pride. My story, my words. On top, Leo, I whispered, voice trembling. It's #1, Leo grinned, leaning back in his chair. You did this. All those nights, all that heartbreak, it built this moment. I shook my head, trying to absorb it. I never imagined anyone actually reading, understanding, feeling it. Millions of people have, Leo said. And one of them, is Emily. I froze. She's reading it? Leo nodded. Word travels fast, and apparently she finally realized the truth in your words. The phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. I opened it slowly. I need to talk. I see now. I'm sorry, I swallowed, heart hammering. It's her. Leo placed a hand on my shoulder. Take a breath. Remember your rules. Your dignity. Don't lose yourself in her apology. I stared at the message, fingers hovering. All those years. All those letters she laughed at. She finally sees? Yeah, Leo said softly. And that's enough. You don't have to respond the way she expects. I typed back slowly, carefully. I see you. And I hear you. But understand this. It doesn't erase what happened. Her reply came almost immediately. I know. I was cruel, thoughtless. I regret it. You didn't deserve any of it. I leaned back, letting the words sink in. She really regrets it, I murmured. But I'm not sure what I feel. Leo raised an eyebrow. It's complicated. Triumph, anger, exhaustion. All of it is valid. Just don't let it control you. I nodded, taking a deep breath. I remember the first time I handed her that letter. The laughter. The humiliation. And now she's reading every word I wrote, and she knows. Leo smiled gently. And you survived it. You grew from it. You created something that mattered. That's more important than revenge, I whispered almost to myself. It feels like everything has come full circle. And yet I'm exhausted, emotionally drained, but also proud. Proud of myself, not because she suffers, but because I endured. Another message popped up. Can we meet? I want to apologize in person, please. I stared at it. Meet her? After all this? Leo leaned in. Only if you're ready, and only on your terms. You've earned the right to decide, I typed carefully. I'll meet. But understand this. I'm not the same person you once knew. I'm stronger now, and I won't let the past hurt me again. Her reply was simple. I understand, I just need to try. I closed the laptop for a moment, letting the reality settle. The girl who mocked me, the girl who made me feel invisible, she finally recognized her cruelty. And I had not just survived, it had made me better. Leo's hand on my shoulder was steady. You're doing this with dignity, not revenge. That's the real victory, I nodded. Dignity, yes. I could lash out, show her all the pain, all the mocking. But I won't, that isn't me anymore. My story, my voice. That's my justice, Leo smiled. And it's perfect. She sees it. She knows it. But you didn't have to lose yourself to make it happen. I stared at the ceiling, thoughts swirling. It's strange. I feel triumph, but also fatigue. Triumph over humiliation, fatigue from the long journey, and satisfaction from knowing I stood my ground. Leo leaned back. That's growth. That's strength. And she'll remember it, even if she can't fix the past. I whispered softly to no one in particular. Emily, I hope you learned what I had to learn the hard way. But this is not about making you suffer. This is about me surviving, thriving, and building my life from the pieces you tried to break. Another message came. Thank you for seeing me, truly, and thank you for your work. It changed me more than I realized. I smiled faintly. She finally understands, and I can finally let go of the anger. Not because it didn't matter, but because I've grown beyond it. Leo nodded. Exactly. You're free now. Your words mattered. Your voice mattered, and you kept your dignity. I took a deep breath, feeling a strange mix of exhaustion and elation. I can face her now, not as a hurt boy, but as someone who survived, created, and grew stronger. And that is everything. I typed back one final message. I hear you. Let's meet soon. But remember, I am not who I was. And my story stands on its own. Leo smiled knowingly. Perfect. Poetic, controlled, and powerful. That's you. I closed the laptop, letting the weight of the journey settle. Triumph, exhaustion, justice, all wrapped in quiet dignity. And finally I felt whole. Emily waited at the cafe when I arrived. I recognized her immediately, eyes wide, shoulders tense, hands twisting nervously. I'm so sorry, she began before I even sat. I've been thinking about everything. About how I treated you. I was cruel, careless. I let her words hang in the air, folding my hands on the table. Go on, I said quietly. She swallowed. I know I can't undo the past. I can't erase the laughter, the humiliation, but I need you to know I regret it. Deeply. I stared at her, trying to reconcile the girl I once adored and the woman sitting here now. You realize your apology doesn't erase the scars, right? I know, she whispered. I needed to tell you. I needed to face it. Leo's words echoed in my mind. Your dignity matters more than revenge. I drew a slow breath. I spent years feeling invisible, mocked, and powerless. And you didn't notice. Or maybe you didn't care. Her eyes shimmered with tears. I see that now. I was selfish, thoughtless, and I'm ashamed. I nodded slowly. I've thought about this a lot. About what I wanted to do, shout, humiliate, make you feel the pain you caused me. But I've learned that's not me anymore. Her lips trembled. You could, and I deserve it. I shook my head, firm. No, that's not my path. I've built my life, my work, my dignity from the pieces you tried to break. That's my victory. Not lashing out, not revenge, she exhaled, relief and guilt mixing. So, you forgive me? I hesitated, choosing my words carefully. Forgiveness isn't necessary. I don't need it. What matters is that I've grown beyond the humiliation, beyond the mockery. I won. Not by hurting you, but by rising above it. Emily looked down, voice quiet. I see that. I never realized. I leaned back slightly, letting the tension ease. You don't get to erase the past, but you also don't get to define my present. I define it. My words, my story, my choices, they're mine. Her hands curled into fists on the table. And you've done that. You're incredible. I don't even know what to say. You don't have to say anything, I replied. I'm not here for your absolution. I'm here for closure, and I have it. Emily's gaze lifted, eyes glistening. I hope someday I can be worthy of the people I hurt, or at least learn from it. You can learn, I said gently, but don't expect me to fix it, and don't expect me to bow to your guilt. I've claimed my strength. That's enough, she nodded slowly, swallowing hard. I understand. Thank you. For not destroying me, for showing me what strength looks like. I offered a faint smile. Strength isn't about making someone suffer. It's about surviving, creating, and maintaining your dignity while the world tests you. She blinked, overwhelmed. You really are remarkable. I don't deserve it, I shrugged lightly. Maybe not. But this isn't about what you deserve. It's about what I've earned. And I've earned peace, recognition, and control over my own life. Silence fell between us, but it was no longer heavy. It felt complete. I hope you find happiness, she whispered finally. I hope you continue to write, to inspire. And that one day I can repay a fraction of what you've achieved. I nodded, looking out the window. I hope so too, for both of us. But for now I walk my own path. You can stay in mine or step aside. Your choice, she exhaled, tears slipping down her cheeks. I'll step aside. I understand. I stood, feeling the weight lift from my chest. Good, that's all I needed. Closure, not confrontation, and that is enough. Leo's voice rang in my mind, steady and calm. Dignity over revenge, always. I walked away, heart steady, mind clear, carrying the quiet triumph of someone who endured, created, and grew stronger. The past had tried to break me, but I chose my path, and that choice was everything. I sat at my desk, staring at the blank page, and smiled. The cursor blinked, inviting me. Time to write something new, I whispered. Leo peeked in. You ready for this? I nodded. I think so. It's been a long journey, hasn't it? Long, yes. But worth it, Leo said, leaning against the door frame. You've come so far. I ran my fingers over the keyboard, remembering the boy who trembled handing Emily those letters. The same boy who felt invisible, mocked, humiliated. I can hardly believe it. That was me, Leo chuckled softly. And now? I smiled, eyes bright. Now. I'm someone who creates, who's seen, who matters. My words carry weight. And more than that, I carry my dignity, Leo grinned. I'd say you've reclaimed a lot more than just dignity. I laughed softly. It feels like reclaiming a life. One I lost for a while, but now, it's truly mine. A notification popped up. Comments on my latest story. Fans praising, sharing, connecting. I whispered, they get it. They understand the heart behind the words. That means everything, Leo nodded. It does. Your audience, your recognition. It's all real. Earned, not given. I thought of Emily one last time. She faded from my life, regret lingering behind her like a shadow. I didn't hate her, not anymore. I felt pity almost. She's a chapter closed, I murmured. Her choices, her mistakes. Hers to bear, Leo leaned closer. And you? You're free. No one can touch your story now. I nodded slowly, exhaling. I've learned something important through all of this. Pain can either break you or shape you. I chose the latter, Leo smiled. And it shows. You're stronger, wiser, and still compassionate. That's rare. I typed a few words, then paused. I still remember my first story online. The fear, the excitement, the vulnerability. Everything I wrote, every word, came from heartbreak. Yeah, Leo said softly. And look at you now. Heartbreak turned into strength, mockery into mastery. I chuckled. I never imagined it could feel like this. Satisfaction, yes. Triumph, yes. But also, peace. That's what I crave now. Peace. Leo leaned back, watching me. You've earned it. Not by revenge, not by lashing out, but by creating, by surviving, by growing. That's true power. I nodded, fingers hovering over the keyboard. True power. It doesn't come from hurting others. It comes from reclaiming yourself. And I finally have that. My life, my voice, my path. Leo grinned. And I've got a front row seat to it all. I laughed lightly. I couldn't have done it without you, Leo. From the beginning, you believed when I didn't. You always had it in you, he said. I just reminded you, I typed again, words flowing effortlessly, each sentence a testament to my journey. The boy who once cried alone over letters now wrote stories that touched thousands. It's surreal, I whispered. Leo nodded. Surreal, but deserved. You've transformed everything that hurt you into something meaningful. I paused, looking out the window. Sunlight spilled over the city, warm and inviting. The past isn't gone, but it doesn't control me. It shaped me. And now I walk forward freely, confidently, fully myself. Leo smiled softly. That's the life reclaimed. The victory that's yours alone. I exhaled, feeling weight lift from my chest. Emily fades, yes, but I remain. My story, my triumph, my dignity, intact. And I finally feel whole, Leo chuckled. Ready for new beginnings? I turned back to the screen, a faint grin on my lips. More than ready. Every word I write now is mine. Every story, every thought, every dream. It's real. And I am finally completely free. Leo raised his eyebrows. Freedom suits you, I whispered softly, almost to myself, fingers poised over the keyboard. This is just the beginning. The boy who was mocked is gone, and in his place stands someone stronger, wiser, unstoppable, a life reclaimed, a heart healed, and a future I can finally call my own. I typed the first line of my new story, letting the past remain where it belonged, behind me. And I smiled, feeling the quiet power of someone who had survived, created, and won, without ever losing themselves.